I want you to see something, Kevin.
Okay.
Really. Can you walk right here?
Yeah, let me shut this down for a second.
That inspired Trayvon Martin. But the only thing we had to identify Laquan McDonald was the number 16.
Okay.
So we wanted a portrait, one-of-a-kind portrait done of him. So the children and Sarah Ward at Sky Art came up with this.
Okay, let's take a look.
Now, isn't that gorgeous?
It is.
You buy it.
Tell us about it, Gregory.
The portrait speaks of Laquan McDonald. Although for two summers, for 6 weeks each summer, we had him in this garden. When we first created, remember it got destroyed? It was called the first garden on Escanaba then. And he worked in this garden because he went to the behavior school on South Chicago. So after he passed, the children said, why not name this garden after him? So we came up with the idea of naming it after him, but we were a little bit mature because we used the number of times he was shot to identify him. So we didn't want to do that anymore. So we got together, 4 children and Sarah Ward at Sky Art, and created this. My name is Gregory Bratton, and I'm the Executive Director of ChicaGRO, Intergenerational Growing Projects. And we're right here on 84th and Escanaba at the Laquan McDonald Community Garden, as well as the Trayvon Martin Community Garden. And what we do here is bring our community together. For the 4 years since 2014, we have brought this as a safe haven, whereas we haven't had any violence on this block. Before this garden we had 28 shootings on the corner of 85th and Escanaba.
Right behind us.
Yes. We haven't had a domestic violence venture over here yet. We have 30 children in the community, call themselves the Green Team. They helped create this garden the first year and grew because we had no water source. Now that we have a water source, the second year this garden existed, we grew 2,500 pounds of vegetables, and we shared them with 7 food pantries and the community. And then we created the Trayvon Martin Garden for the food pantries alone because we couldn't grow enough for the food pantries as well as the community in one garden. So the community ventures out this garden, and the 7 pantries come from our Trayvon Martin.
On the other side of the house.
Yeah, which is called the South Chicago Food Network.
Terrific. When we were here last year, Gregory, this garden was just being restored by the group from the University of Chicago.
Yes.
When we covered that. It looks. I want to get a shot of it now as it looks today, and then we'll go over and look at the other side too. But is the University of Chicago with you here today too?
Yes, they are.
Good. And then they're working on the other side.
Yeah, well, see, there's 2 universities here. It's the University of Chicago Medicine, and we have some students from Chicago State.
Terrific. So that's 2 universities this year, 1 university last year. That's great. I'm going to shut this down now, and we'll go over to the other side.
Okay.
Thank you, Gregory.
So I'm doing videos. So you want to say a little bit about?
Okay, we're here at the garden.
And we wanted to beautify it so that our neighborhood sees that we are an example. I know you think of that.
For cleanliness and gardening.
Just come on in, Joanne.
Okay.
We're fine.
I'll follow you. No, we're okay. It's good.
We all got together because we wanted to beautify our neighborhoods. Chris always says 1 block at a time.
You're Chris?
1 block tomorrow.
1 block. 1 block.
1 block at a time. 1 corner. 1 block at a time.
And he also
This is the start.
quote Chris, we're going to do small things in a big way.
Yeah,
And that's what we want our neighborhood to be about, intergenerational, loving each other and taking care of our own neighborhood.
Well said. You delivered it just like I wrote it. Very good.
So what happened today? What happened here today? 'Cause
We
this is wonderful.
beautified. We planted flowers, mulch,
Put
grass seeds where there was
Wow.
only dirt. And we just want to make this a landmark in our community of beauty and good eating.
Wow. Okay. So then, how does this work when everything is ripe and ready? What happens?
We harvest the vegetables. The community comes. Anyone can come and grab veggies. If they want to leave a donation, it's wonderful. When we harvest, we donate the food to pantries and shelters and
Oh,
Southeast.
fine. Really. Good. Good. Okay. Okay. So Kevin and Joan. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good. Good. Good.
Thank you, Kevin and Joan.
Oh, it is. So these are neighbors.
We service 7 food pantries from this garden. So don't be a stranger. I mean, because you're not just helping me, you're helping mankind. Because all of our food is processed. The chickens that you buy at the store, you know, they're being injected with our hormones. You know, they're subject to our diseases, such as a cold. Okay. Here you learn how to. I see a few. I think I see a few backyard gardeners in the group. So I want you to come to our Chicken Our Us meeting when we come start the workshop and introduce yourself to you 2 hens. They give you an egg a day. That's 14 eggs a week. That's 28 eggs a month. Now fill your pocket. And the thing about that is, the most important thing about that is, it's all organic. There's no pesticides, there's no injection. It's all organic. We feed our chickens just like we feed you. Everything you eat, they eat but meat. We don't feed them meat. Okay? So I have 86 gardens in the city, ranging from Robbins, Illinois, to the Mayor Everson's backyard. We just started our 86th garden. It's called the Riverside Community Urban Farm. It's at 129 West. No, it's 1029 West 129th Street. And we're raising bees along the river. Come out, check the bees out, fish, barbecue, have fun. You know, that's what life is all about, being sustainable. You know. So as I said, I'm Gregory Bratton. I'm an urban farmer. I've been doing this 10 years. Come and let me help you be sustainable. Don't be a stranger.
Thank you.
Thanks for hosting.
I'm an urban farmer. I'm also the executive director of ChicaGRO Intergenerational Growing Projects, and I teach you how to be sustainable, to grow for yourself. Right now we're standing in front of one of our gardens, one of 86 gardens called Trayvon Martin. We do the workshop from a program we call Chickens Are Us, where we introduce you to these chickens, whereas what's the advantage of having them. After 4 workshops, you are able to adopt 2 hens for yourself. We've been doing that two years now. It was a little slow, but it's really picking up now. We're raising our own babies. We're buying them, but we're raising them to be adopted. So today we had the University of Chicago Medicine out and Chicago State to help us clean up and prepare the garden, Trayvon Martin's garden, which started off a bit slow and disappointing to me this morning because it was raining. But the university was heaven sent.
Thank you, Greg. How were the chickens?
Oh, they're fine.
That's great. The chicks were good?
Yes.
Because we didn't know what type you wanted. They thought they had a record, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah. We got about 6 different varieties.
That was good, though.
Yes.
No, it's really.
Yeah. Our only problem is right now we're not for sure about the sexes. It's hard to tell right now. We're just praying we didn't get all roosters.
That wouldn't be so good, no.
Yeah. When we was with Betty Shabbat, you know, the kids incubated the eggs, and we got 12 of them, and all 12 was roosters.
All 12 were?
All 12 was roosters.
Oh, wow.
When
And there is no way to
box.
tell early, then, right?
Not until about 2.5 months.
Thank you, Gregory.
You're welcome.